Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. How is it going? It's Monday. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me at all. Arita's not here yet. She's going to be behind the scenes doing the comments. She's not here at the moment. But just let me know if you guys can hear me. Sorry, an ad just came on a YouTube video. It kind of threw me off there. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. I just want to see that I can be heard, and then I can move on with the live Q&A. So I'm just going to check on the comments here. You guys can hear me? Okay. Cool. All right. So the reason why I'm doing this live hangout here is because it's sort of like a little celebration for us, because it's been 1 year since we've started Merch by Amazon. So it's been about a year. Our first sale happened June 15th, 2016. And as you know, it's June 26th right now, 2017. And I just wanted to share my experiences with you guys, hang out with you for an hour, and just answer as many questions as I can and help you guys out as much as I can. So in the announcement video, I had said, put some questions down there. And then in the live chat here, put your questions down as well. So I'm just going to go through the questions in order and answer as many as I can. So please put your comments, questions, whatever you want, and let's hang out for the next hour and let's do this. Okay, so first thing here. Okay, questions. Okay, so from Ron, here we go. Hi, Jewel. What free software do you recommend for designing t-shirt graphics, either mobile or PC? I am particularly interested in a software program that allows me an A to Z experience. Thanks, and you will be watching. Cool. Okay, so I use Photoshop, and that's a paid software. You can find ways to get Photoshop for free. I believe that GIMP is similar to Photoshop, and that's what our other team member, Maria, she's completely new to like e-commerce design, everything. So she's never actually used a design software, and she uses GIMP. And I checked it out, like when she was asking me questions on how to design stuff. It is fairly similar to Photoshop. So I would say check out GIMP if you want something like Photoshop. Unfortunately, I don't know too many other free softwares because I only use Photoshop to do stuff. So that's pretty much what I know is using GIMP. Okay, let's see here. Another question from Merch Action. Are you on different platforms like Redbubble, TeePublic, Sunfrog, etc.? And if you are, where do you get the best results? So currently we're only on Redbubble, and I kind of answered this in a previous video. We are on Redbubble, but we're currently a little bit inactive, and here's why. Because we have 2 Merch by Amazon accounts that got tiered up to 500, and we have yet to fulfill all of those slots. And if you have an account above 100, like we have 10 uploads per day on both of those accounts, and it's pretty challenging, I'd say, to fulfill those 10 slots. So for us, the best plan of action right now is to not spread ourselves too thin, and this is my my personal take on things, is to not spread ourselves too thin and to focus on growing and fulfilling as many of those slots on Merch by Amazon as possible. Because first of all, Redbubble is probably the other platform that's like the best out of the other ones that has, decent traffic. Obviously, Merch by Amazon is like the best. It has the most traffic. And you can obviously make more on that platform compared to other people. If you saw in the other interview that I had with Michael Essick, his second platform, if you see his income reports, is on Redbubble, but it doesn't even compare to Merch by Amazon. Like Merch by Amazon is like right there, and then like Redbubble, and then all the other ones are secondary. So I'd say the second one to be on is Redbubble. But the thing is, when you're uploading on Redbubble, it takes a long time, like way longer than Merch by Amazon, because Merch by Amazon, it's like they made the process so simple, and that's why I like it so much. And the number of clicks that you need to go through is far fewer than if you were to go on Redbubble, because Redbubble, there's a ton of different products. You have like clocks and like poster boards and cell phone cases, and to match the colors, and sometimes you have to adjust the pictures to fit properly, whereas on Merch by Amazon, you just upload your design and then it's like right there and that's it. You don't need to do any adjusting. With Redbubble, you have to adjust, change the colors, potentially move things around, resize. And I timed myself, and I was moving fairly fast to do one product. This is probably maybe, and especially if you're new, it could take like 10 minutes or longer. And this was like me moving really fast, and it can be quite tedious. So just keep that in mind. And that's what we did. So I looked at that and I said, whoa, it takes way longer to upload on Redbubble. Now, I'm not discounting Redbubble at all, but right now I need to look at where to focus right now. And I don't like spreading myself too thin, because then you don't grow anything. So, you really need to look at your situation. Everyone's different. If you're not even in Merch by Amazon yet, and you're just waiting for an invitation, then yeah, go on all those sites, Redbubble and Sunfrog, upload away. But if you have a Merch by Amazon account that you still need to fulfill and tier up, I would focus on that first, because it has more potential than the other ones. I've said this in my videos many, many times, that we are preparing for Q4, Christmas season. Like as soon as it starts to hit end of August and September, everyone's like back to school, back to work, no more vacations. Generally the weather is changing around the world. And then people are getting back into the gear of things. And then the first holidays like Halloween, and then like Thanksgiving, and then the spending of the money happens. So we are putting in the work now for that time. So I know I went a little off, but yeah, Redbubble is the other one that I would recommend. But also be aware of how you're spreading yourself out, and if you can really grow a platform. Like for instance, if we were on if Merch by Amazon, if we maxed out all of it and then we went onto Redbubble, I would spend time building up Redbubble before, let's say, I went on Sunfrog. I wouldn't upload on Redbubble and Sunfrog at the same time. I would grow a pillar and then move on to the next one. All right. Let's see here. Another question. Okay, love your channel. For those of us still waiting for merch approval, I was wondering if you know anyone that has tried the Shopify /Amazon /T-Launch integration as discussed in Neil's blog. As a Canadian, I'm trying to figure out how this would work. I'm assuming I would need to get an Amazon.com account. I have a .ca seller account for FBA and a Shopify.com account. All right, so I actually, it's kind of answers the question, because we haven't tried that. I read Neil's blog on that, and it was super interesting, very in depth. But right now, I'm not into creating a website just because I know what that entails. There's a lot more mechanics happening with that, and I'm sure that I don't know anyone specifically who's doing that whole thing right now. Again, if you saw the interview with Michael Essick, he suggests that if you are new to this whole thing, that he suggests that you don't start a website and that whole thing. He suggests that you use the print-on-demand platforms like Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, Sunfrog, all those other ones that are listed, to get yourself going. Because when you start a website, there's so many more mechanics happening, and that strategy is not as automated. You are going to be the one facilitating the orders, and I think maybe a little bit of the customer service. Like if someone needs to do a return, I think you would need to handle that. I think I read that in the post, but yeah, that's not really our, I haven't tried it, and maybe later on down the road we will try that. But as someone who has created a website before, you will need to manually drive traffic and do ads and that whole thing. And that's one of the reasons why we started merch, was because it was so hands off. And we could just pay attention to creating the designs and focusing on getting really good at keywords and titling and descriptions and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why. Otherwise, in the I forgot what that other platform was, Teespring, the one where you create Facebook ads and campaigns. I remember seeing those Facebook ads and being interested in it, but I wasn't interested in creating the Facebook ads and driving my own traffic. I really like that Amazon has their own organic traffic that we could live off of. So unfortunately, I won't be able to answer that question because I haven't tried it out, and I actually don't know people who are doing it currently. I think that Michael Essick tried it out, but I'm not sure if he's still doing that. All right, next question from Lanonda. Okay. Hi, Jewel. Is there a limit on the amount of colors within a graphic image that Amazon imposes? You know how other print-on-demand services would say no more than 3 colors in a t-shirt design. Is there such a limitation for merch by Amazon? To be honest, I actually don't know. I actually don't know about that. And I don't really think about that because with our designs, we try not to have them crazy, if that makes sense. Like we keep from our experience, the designs that are simple and funny, and even just text, one picture, like plain text, can sell. So I'm not too worried about like how many colors I can fit on a design, because I'm not wanting to fit a lot of colors because I don't think that would look good on a t-shirt. It really depends on the design. There's one design where we had like a rainbow, and then obviously there's going to be a whole bunch of colors in there. So I don't know if they have any restrictions on that, because a lot of people do unicorn designs, and there's a lot of rainbow in unicorn designs. So I don't think so, because then they'd have the whole rainbow colors happening on the designs. So actually, AURET is here right now, and we've got the customer service happening here. So if you guys have questions in the live chat, she'll be able to let me know, because right now I've been just looking on my phone for the previous questions. So she will be getting to those questions if you guys are wondering. So that was that question. I'm not too sure about the color limitations, but I wouldn't be thinking about, how many colors can I squeeze into a design, because I don't think that having a bunch of colors would look good. Usually it's very few colors. The more simple the design, I think, the better, because if you've ever seen an Amazon t-shirt from their Merch by Amazon program, it's not the greatest quality. These are like the Anvil shirts. I haven't seen the other premium ones, the better shirts, but my sister has ordered a ton of shirts for us because she actually likes them. She actually likes the design, and she's supporting us. So she bought like 10 t-shirts in the very beginning, like last July. She bought like 10 designs. She went through her entire catalog and was like, okay, I'll take one of those, I'll take one of those. So she ordered them. And this is a question I get a lot from Canadians. Side note, people are always asking me, how do I get the t-shirts as I live in Canada? They are actually shipped to Point Roberts, which is part of the United States, but I live in Vancouver, so it's like 20 minutes over the border. And if you look at Point Roberts, it's like in Canada, which is weird, but it's part of Washington State. And it's kind of this random loophole that I find. I always get so amazed how this small tiny piece of land is part of the United States, but it's like part of British Columbia. It's in our area, but the border says it's the US. So basically we drive over there and we have a US address, and you pay. It's free to have the address. You just pay when you pick up your items. And it's like $4 per like package, depending on the size and the weight. And usually most of the items fall under that $4 range. If it goes a little bit higher, like medium, then it's $5, but it's much cheaper than if you were to pay for shipping directly to Canada. So that's what we do. And so when they shipped over those like 10 shirts, they put them all in one bag. So that was like $4 for me for shipping to pick that up. And the quality on the Amazon shirts isn't the greatest. I mean, it's like a print thing, and I could see that if you laundried it a bunch of times, that the design would, fade and like get damaged and stuff like that. So I wouldn't go so crazy on the design, like such an intricate design, because it could easily get ruined in the washing process when you were to do laundry and stuff. So that was that question. Let's see here. Anything on the live, AURET? There's 3 more questions. I'm just sending it now. Okay. I am getting 3 more questions. Hang tight, guys. Let's see here. So yeah, this is different, eh? We're just like hanging out here for an hour. All right, let's see here. Okay, got the messages. Let's see. Okay. From Kinetic Energy, random designs. Oh wait, random designs. You guys like versus trending designs. Sale through rate. Sorry, are you asking me like random designs versus trending designs, which sells more for us? I'm gonna guess that's the question. If not, please clarify. So okay, random designs versus trending designs. That is an interesting question, because when we first started this whole Merch by Amazon journey, we actually did no SEO research at all. I mean, the extent of our research was seeing what was popular on Instagram, and that was pretty much it. And like, when you see like trending stuff, it's posted everywhere. That was pretty much the extent of our research. So we would come up with random t-shirt designs all the time. So that's how we started. We would just think of some cool stuff or see someone wearing something in downtown Vancouver and be like, hey, add sunglasses to that, or that would be funny on a shirt. So I'd say you can do sales in both, and we did do sales in both. So even though they were made up random designs that weren't previously researched, those sold. And then the ones that were trending sold. But we actually don't go after the really crazy trending ones that everyone else is going after. That's a strategy that we don't really do anymore, just because everyone else is going in that direction. So we just want to go that direction, and because everyone's creating those types of shirts, let's say the political ones that everyone was creating, and we try to get in on that game too. But it's so much harder than creating a design that not many people are competing against, and there's still buyers. So that is our strategy. In the beginning, that's what we tried, and it's not as fulfilling to go after with us, to go after those designs that everyone else is going after, because there's so much competition. Like when you pull up the pages and there's pages and pages of people, and you're trying to come up with an original design, I feel like you're just making it harder for yourself. And people definitely do well with this. Like if you are into doing that, then for sure go ahead. But we tried it. We went after the whole political thing, but it wasn't as fun. Like didn't want to have to compete with everyone, and we're usually the kind of people to just go the other direction and do what not everyone else is doing. So that was I mean, you can make sales in both. You can make sales in simple designs, complicated designs, trending designs, random designs. That's the cool thing about merch is there's not one way to do it. That's I mean, I'm doing it a certain way, and there are other, you know, merch bands on influencers who do it their way and they sell, and there's other people who do it another way and they sell. So that's what I think is so cool about it, is you can create your own method and still have sales. Let's go to the next question. Actually, I'm going to take a drink. I'm usually used to interviewing other people, and it's not just exactly only me. So it's just me talking, so I'm going to take a quick drink. All right. Next question here. I answered that question about the free software. I answered that in the very beginning. Okay. Okay, here we go. Question from Armando. Can husband and wife have their own merch accounts? Yes. You can have your own merch accounts like in the same household, but you need to have different information. So one account needs to be under your name and a bank account, but you can have the same address. The other account needs to be in your wife's name with a different bank account. So they want different names and different bank accounts, but you can be in the same household. Okay. Next question. Any interesting ways to drive traffic? I tried giveaways and got 800 signups, but 0 buys. So the one, I've talked about this before, the one sort of method that I've seen no one else teach, I believe I'm the only one who did that method initially, was this website called FameBit. And it's a website for mainly YouTube influencers. So the reason why I know about FameBit is because I wanted to be on there as an influencer to get paid to do like product reviews and that type of thing. So I was thinking of interesting ways to promote the shirt or shirts, because everyone usually talks about Facebook ads and doing all those kinds of ads, basically. And I wanted something different because personally, I just don't generally enjoy creating a Facebook ad. We've done it many times before, and we're not really that great at it, so I don't really enjoy it. So we thought of launching and hiring a YouTuber to wear one of our shirts. And if you want to find like the detailed explanation of it, it's on Merch Informer. Neil, I did a blog post for Neil on Merch Informer, and I wrote down the entire process. But basically, in a nutshell, we hired a YouTuber to wear our t-shirt. We paid them. They had about 250,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. They wore the t-shirt. The t-shirt was a Christmas design, and the channel was a movie review channel. So it was a perfect match, because it was a Christmas movie t-shirt on a movie review channel, and they were reviewing a Christmas movie. Long story short, they wore the t-shirt. In their video, they pointed to the shirt, said if they wanted to buy it, head down to the description below. He had a very loyal following, and we did about $1,000 in Merch by Amazon commission sales, and then we profited like between $600 to $700 US. So it was a successful campaign. So that is an interesting way to promote your shirts. Check that blog post out on Merch Informer. Sorry, did you say something, Reed? I'll post the link. Okay, Arit will post the link in the chat, so check that out. Okay, let's see here. Going through the questions. Hopefully I'm not missing any. There's a ton of pictures in here. Okay, Let's see here. I tried a wall spray paint and it was too big and would not upload. I'm not sure what, oh, you did, like, you created a design and it was like too large? And did you resize it and it worked? Did that work out for you? Okay, so Sandy, do you sell more with just text or with text and graphics? That is a good question. I would actually say text sells faster and easier. Well, one, it's really easy to create, but I don't think you should only rely on text t-shirt designs. I think you should do a mix. I think you should do text designs and then do text and graphics, and only graphics, only text. Do a mix, because if you just do text, obviously it's really easy for people to copy and create their own t-shirts on that, because text is really easy to do. But yes, text does do really well. And pictures with text, I mean, it's got to be the right combination, because putting text and pictures together, it gets kind of muddled up, and if you don't do it correctly, then it doesn't really look good. So I think it's easier to do a text shirt because it's only text and it's easier to make it look good. So I would say that both sell, both different kinds, and we don't focus more on one or more on the other. We're all about spreading the t-shirt designs in all different genres. We actually don't do a specific niche either. We do all types of niches. Before I had mentioned that we don't do any research at all. Now when we do research, we use Merch Informer now. So we use the keyword finder in Merch Informer software. And that's how we get our t-shirt ideas now. And they've been working. Like, we've changed our strategy. I will be doing an update video on this, on how Merch Informer has been doing for us, because we've been using it for, I don't know, 1 or 2 months now, maybe closer to 2 months. And it's really been working out for us. So in regards to your question, does this sell more? Does this sell more for us? They both sell quite a bit. And I would say, if you're just starting out, to start off with, what is easiest for you, because if you try and do some hard designs when you're starting out, it's not going to be enjoyable, and you might not like the process, and then you might want to quit too soon. So I would suggest that you create designs that are easy for you, and on topics that you know about. So I mentioned this in a previous video, that if you are starting out and you want to create designs on subjects you have no idea about, you're kind of going to set yourself up for a fail, because you're not going to enjoy the process. So if we had started this and we had to do t-shirts on fishing or something, nothing against fishing, but I just don't know anything about it. If I had to do some about fishing rods or types of fishes, I would be like, this sucks, because I'm not having fun. When we first started, we created shirts that we really enjoyed doing and had fun doing. And the purpose of that was so that we would enjoy the process and get to know the process a lot better. Now that we know the process like inside and out, we can go and create a fishing t-shirt and have the tolerance to do the research on a specific fish or something, or a type of fishing rod, because we've got that habit and that system ingrained. You don't want to make it so difficult in the beginning for you, otherwise you won't last and you think that it's not worth it. Like, I had a comment the other day on one of my videos, and it said, oh, I've uploaded 10 designs and they've been up for 2 weeks and no sales. And then they said, I'm beginning to think this is a big waste of time. So that is, like, first of all, that's the wrong type of thinking, and this may not be the business venture for you if you're thinking that you've put up 10 designs and after 2 weeks, no sales, that you're thinking it's a complete flop. well, you need to join some of those Facebook groups then, because there's way too many people succeeding at merch for you not to. The mechanics and how this business works, it's a lot easier than a lot of other things out there. We've done a lot of business ventures and different things. Like even creating a website is way harder than doing merch by Amazon. Even doing Amazon FBA is harder. So that was my take on that. I forgot the question actually. But let's move on here. Let's see here. Where do you get your vector graphics, or do you design your own? So the designer does their own. We have one designer from Upwork. They do their own. And then there's websites like FreePic, FREEPIK, and a whole bunch of other kind of websites. If you look for like free copyright-free graphics or free vector graphics, you can find a whole bunch of sites that have that. Obviously, make sure to do your research and that it's like a reputable site and stuff, and that it is actually copyright free. But there's a ton of those kinds of websites out there. You just need to Google them. All right. I think I've caught up on the questions. Let me know if you have any more. I'm going to take a drink. So how's it going with everyone? It's I'm here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Hey guys.
Oh, it's Monday and it's really hot right now. Lately, like we've been having a crappy summer, but it started to get really hot. Like it's been raining, and then all of a sudden, the last 3 days have been like scorching hot. But yeah, let me know if there's any more questions. And we've been doing merch by Amazon for a year now. Just want to, like, if there's anyone new out there, what it took to get to where we are now. We're at minimum $1,000 US a month on merch, and our last month was really good. I believe we were at like 16 or 1700, getting closer and closer to that 2000. And this is after, like, this is the commissions, like this is the profit. And it's just growing and growing each month. And when we first started, it was obviously zero and it was nothing. And sorry, that threw me off. Arid, turn off the volume. She's like playing the video and I could hear the volume. But yeah, what it took was we met up once or twice a week, and there were a lot of times where we didn't meet up, but we met whenever we would meet up. It was between 2 to 5 hours per meeting, sometimes more if we were really into it, if we were on a roll. But we would do focused work for that 2 to 5 hours of just merch. So I wasn't on Facebook chatting, I wasn't on anything else, the TV wasn't on, and we would just, the three of us would just get down to work that entire time. And it really makes a difference when you just sit down and you just focus for an entire year. Like, give it a year before you give up on merch, because that comment, no offense to you or anything, but that comment after 2 weeks, you wanted to give up. Like, if that was my mentality, then we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be creating this video and doing my merch by Amazon updates. And as I tell people, it is, I'm not going to say it's easy, to create money with merch by Amazon, but the mechanics is a lot simpler. And what I mean is, like, for instance, let's say even doing like a YouTube channel, right? The mechanics of that is you need to get on camera, you need to film yourself, you need to edit the video. First of all, you need to understand how to speak and do that whole thing on video. You need to edit your video, which is another whole thing. Then uploading and learning SEO and building the channel, and it's harder. Whereas creating, theoretically, you could create a free Amazon account, create a t-shirt design, upload it, and then have it sell. You don't need to ship it. You don't need to package it. You don't need to know where it's going about shipping. You don't even need to deal with returns. You don't even know who the customer is. And you have to just worry about creating designs and uploading them. This is on Merch by Amazon. So the mechanics of things are a lot simpler. It is still hard work, for sure. We definitely have put in the hours, but in terms of the difficulty level to start this, it's a lot easier. I think I heard some beeps. I think there's some more questions. Let's see here. What do you recommend to generate keywords for listings? I would recommend using the software Merch Informer, and I think it's still in beta version right now. Arit will post the link in the description of this video. Arit, you got that? Sorry? Post the Merch Informer link. No, just the link to Merch Informer, the software. In the description. So she'll put that in there. But basically, that's what we use right now. And I have a video on how to use that. It's really simple on how we create the keywords and to help generate the titles. So basically, when you have Merch Informer and you sign in, on the left-hand side, there's this area called like keywords. And you type in generally what you want to do is a shirt on, and in the example I was doing like cat or something. So you type in like cat, and then the results are going to show what people are searching for on Amazon about cats. So you'll see all these keywords about cats, long tail keywords, 2, 3, maybe 4 word keywords about cats. And that's really important because that is what people are actually typing in. So you want to take that and put that in your title because that's what people are typing in. It makes sense, right? You want to put in what people are typing because that's how you get found. So that's how we do that, is through the software Merch Informer, and it has been very helpful. It has made the process for us a lot easier. We're not just going in the dark anymore and just randomly thinking of things, although that has worked for us. This is more targeted and more direct and more of a strategy, which has, in my opinion, really helped us to get past that $1,000 mark. And really, like, our growth is really just, it's turning up the heat right now. And I believe it's because we're being more strategic with our SEO and our keywords. Okay, so next here. Okay, so I see Arit has posted that. There are more questions, but it's getting crazy. It's getting fast for Arit. It's awesome though. It's great, guys. Keep it going. I love hanging out with you guys. And we may go over an hour. If the questions are still going, I'm here to hang out with you guys. I just want to help you guys as much as possible. Like, it makes me excited when I see in the comments, hey, Jewel, I made my first sale, or hey, I got tiered up. Like, that's exciting. Like, I love seeing that, and I love helping people who want to take action. So you guys are taking action by watching this, so I just want to provide as much value as I can. All right, so let's see. Do I really talk fast? I don't. What? I don't. I was always told I talk too slow. Okay. Maybe I'll slow it down. Let me know if I need to slow it down. Okay. Let's see here. Sandy said, I'm on Vancouver Island and love that you are close by and doing well. I always wondered if only the US sellers were doing great. Just got tiered up to 25. That is awesome. That is awesome, Sandy. And like she's been messaging me since like before she got in, like I think when she applied like a while ago. And it's good to know that, you've been taking action and you've kept going with it. So congrats to you. This this, like Merch by Amazon will reward you if you take action, for sure. Like the consistency, if you upload, if you continuously get better. And it's not a hard skill. Like it's not, people like to get hung up on, oh no, SEO and keywords, and it's not as hard as you guys think. I mean, just pretend to be a customer. You know, a customer isn't, you know, thinking, oh, I want to search for the shirt with the best SEO. That they're not thinking that. They want to type in cat t-shirt with funny eyes or something like that, you know, and then you make a shirt like that, and then if it's a match and they like it, then they're gonna buy. And honestly, the more you do this, the more you engulf yourself in it, the better you will get. And perfect example, I always bring her up, Maria. So me and AURET have not a business background. I never went to school for business, but we've been doing entrepreneurship for a bit, right? And I've known what SEO is and that whole thing. But Maria, she's a 911 operator, so she's a dispatcher here in downtown Vancouver. She had no experience of anything, like business or nothing. And we went to high school together, and Maria was very smart, along with AURET. Actually, Maria and AURET were like really good friends. They've known each other since elementary school. So they were both very studious. And, you know, Maria had zero experience, and she's the perfect example of that you can become successful without any experience in Merch by Amazon. And I think it's one of the few things that you can really have no experience with and really grow, because there are other things that are a lot harder, like creating a website, or or you know, my voice is crashing right now, or doing like an MLM. It's a lot harder. So Maria had zero experience. She didn't even know what SEO was. She still doesn't know what SEO is, but she's really good at it. And I told her to read this blog post by Neil. It's one of his earlier blog posts on Merch Informer. And it teaches you the basics of how to think of writing a keyword. And he's not in that post, he teaches you how to do basic SEO without any software, so like for free. So definitely check out that post if you guys are still struggling and you don't have any free software. Okay, next questions. I'm gonna take a drink again. Let's see here. Joseph Adams. Hello there. I am new to this Amazon business stuff. I'm currently doing resells with some arbitrage lists. Doing somewhat good. Been doing it for a week. What exactly is Merch by Amazon? Okay. Merch by Amazon is a print-on-demand program that Amazon has created. Right now, they only have t-shirts. So if you've ever seen websites like Zazzle or Vistaprint, and it's like you can upload a design that you want and print it on a product. So Amazon has created this program, Merch by Amazon, with just t-shirts right now, and they are all about allowing contributors to help out, right? That's why with FBA, they allow people to bring in products to them and they help sell it because they got the fan base, they got the traffic. So with Merch by Amazon, you create t-shirt designs digitally, you upload them onto their Merch by Amazon seller dashboard platform. So if you know FBA and that, they have their own seller dashboard, Merch by Amazon has their own dashboard. It's very simple, much simpler than what is going on FBA. There's a lot of things happening on there. And you upload your design, you choose the colors, you put in the title and the keywords, and then you list it to go live on Amazon. And they generate the listing for you. And if you've got a good enough t-shirt design and you have good titles and keywords, and if the shirt sells, then they give you a commission. And give you an example of like what the commission is. So if like you sell a t-shirt for $19, $20, $19.99, $20, you'll roughly get a profit of $7 and something US commission. Now, it's pretty good because there's no monthly fees to get started with Merch by Amazon yet. I was surprised that they didn't have a monthly subscription fee for that. So that was really cool that it's free to sign up. There is a waiting period of, I don't know exactly now. I had to wait like 2 or 3 months to get into the program. And when it sells, they take care of all the shipping. It's kind of like FBA a little bit, because they fulfill it for you. They fulfill the t-shirt design, and you are providing the digital t-shirt design. So they are getting all into that whole print on demand thing. They will probably release more products, more different kinds of products, probably hoodies, tank tops, things like that. They're still quite new with Merch by Amazon. So that is what, in a nutshell, Merch by Amazon is. Okay. How was Crystal says, how was Father's Day sales for you guys? It was okay. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like Christmas or anything. Definitely made some Father's Day sales, but that's the thing, is we don't like to bank on one holiday or one type of niche or one type of t-shirt design, one popular trending design. We don't like to rely on that. So we have many different eggs going all over the place. So we had a bunch of Father's Day shirts sell, but we also have evergreen t-shirt designs sell. And if you don't know what evergreen means, it basically means a t-shirt. Evergreen designs means you can buy that shirt any time of the year. So you don't have to specifically buy that Christmas. Like Christmas t-shirts are not evergreen because you buy them during Christmas time, and same with Father's Day. You can technically, probably, but generally speaking, you buy Father's Day shirts before Father's Day to give to your dad. So those are that's what happened with our Father's Day shirts. It wasn't crazy. Definitely a lot better than last year, because last year when we first started, we only had two Father's Day shirts sell in like 1 month, and that put us over the moon. Like all it took was like your first goal, if you haven't even started, is to just make one sale. That's all I cared about. All I cared about was making that one freaking sale, and I knew that if I just got to that I could repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So that's what we did. And I remember signing into our accounts every day and seeing the big fat 0, 0, 0, 0 all the time. And I didn't lose hope though. Like I knew it was possible. We just needed to get better designs, create better designs, and get better with our titling and the keywords. So, if you're at a point right now and you don't think that you can make money with it, like you need to reverse your thinking, because there's too many people doing well with this who have very little experience. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Kinetic Energy said tier 25 in 3 months. You need 5 more sales to hit the tier 100. $6, then $7, then $22, and looking like you might have $50 this month. That's awesome. That's amazing. Like it all starts from there. It all starts from your very first sale. So that is amazing. And you know what? Sometimes they even tier you up when you haven't even hit the number yet. Our second account got tiered up to 500 a lot faster than we were on track to get 100, but I think we got tiered up even before that. Let's see here. I was thinking 2 shirts a month sold for 10 years old. Okay, let's see here. All right, so you said that you had a hard time learning GIMP and how to research. you now have got a handle on it and your sales are reflecting on it. Much to learn. Yeah, like, you know, that's like the whole thing is we didn't know the process in the beginning. Like, yeah, okay, I had experience selling on eBay and Craigslist, but I didn't know how to do a t-shirt design. It took me like hours to create my very first design. Didn't really know how to title properly. And it's like we just spent time each time learning and getting better. So, you know, we would go through the t-shirts and we're like, okay, you know, this, looking back at our last year's designs, we're like, oh, that design sucks. Can't believe we made that. And you know, some designs that you think are crap sell. It's really funny. Now I've mentioned this before. It's the one of our very first like 20 designs was this shirt, text shirt that had the words yup on it in like Arial bold font. So like the most common font you can think of. And it just says yup in the middle with a period. And that shirt has sold like a bunch of times. And, you know, looking back at that, we're like, oh, that shirt looks gross. That's not a cool design at all. But sometimes when you don't think it's good, it still sells. And it blows me away every time. Blows me away. All right, so we're coming up here on 10 minutes. And okay, another question here. What do we spend most of our time on in this whole process? Is it designing, keywords, etc.? Well, that's a good question. The thing is, we have 3 people, so we each, hold on, this is blurry. I'm gonna fix this up here. We have 3 people, so each of us has a role in the whole sort of process. I come up with, I'm more of the one that facilitates and orchestrates everyone. So I do the uploads, and you know, I'm the one who started this whole thing with Merch by Amazon with AURET and Maria, and so I do that. And AURET is doing the designs, and she takes care of the Upwork designers. So she does the correspondence with him. So she talks to him on Skype, and she gives him the new designs. And you know, if there's a revision, she messages him to do the revision, and then she gets us those completed designs. Maria, 90% of the time, she's just doing all of the text, and she's doing the keywords and the research, and she comes up with a lot of t-shirt ideas too. We all together come up with t-shirt ideas together, but she's mainly working on the text. So that's how we've structured it. And we were thinking the other day, you know, if this was just one person, if we were one person, this would be a lot of work. So I give, you know, props out to you guys who are just only you working on this, because it's a lot of work and we have 3 people. So our system works very well for us. I would say starting out that you focus your time creating designs and getting better at keywords. Focus on that. And you need to create a system, because if you don't create a system, everything is just all over the place. And that's how it was for us in the beginning. I wrote some ideas in this booklet over there and some on a piece of paper over there, and we didn't know when we were going to upload the designs, and it was just a big mess because we didn't have a system. Now we have a set system. So we get to downtown, and then we open up our laptops. Right away goes and deals with our Upwork designer and what's going on there. Then she updates us. I usually in the beginning say, hey guys, you know, we did this many sales this week. This is what it's either down or up. Any news that's happening with us and merch, I usually announce. And then Maria usually announces that, okay, I got some cool new ideas for this. And then we get into our roles. And then I upload. I love uploading. It's like a weird obsession because I get so excited knowing that when I put a shirt up that this is going to make us money, and this shirt and this shirt. And I know that the more I am putting all the shirts up live, the more chances we have to make more money. And in the interview with Michael that I had, Michael's doing like over $100,000, not just in merch by Amazon, but in print on demand as a whole. And he's been doing this for a little bit. And, you know, his advice is to get up as many t-shirt designs as possible. It's a numbers game. You just need to think of it like that. So, you know, if you are saying, I have 10 t-shirts up for 2 weeks and no designs, well, that's only like 10. That's not a lot. 10 designs isn't a lot when you're really wanting to make like a bunch of money on merch by Amazon, which you can. So get your numbers up, and that is all that we focus on right now, is trying to fill as many slots as possible before the Christmas season. If you've ever experienced a Q4 in e-commerce, it's an amazing time. And I can't stress this enough. I know it's like, it's June, it's not even fully summer yet, and I'm thinking about Q4 Christmas time because while everyone's like having fun and not preparing, I know that we are going to reap the rewards, and I will be creating a video during Christmas time talking about this time in the summertime when we were preparing. So you want to obviously, you know, still have fun in the summertime. We're still going to have fun, but you want to make sure that you prepare, right? Okay, here. Okay, there's going to be another question coming through. Let's take another quick drink. Why are you laughing? Let's see here.
Kinetic's comment.
Where? Let's see here. The question about trending versus random. Just wanted to know which was better, trending versus random designs. And you guys were doing this year, which showed better results? Well, actually, you know, haven't like jotted down like the exact numbers, but I mean, both have done well. Like both random, we still incorporate random, even though we use Merch Informer now to be more strategic with our keywords and coming up with stuff. We are still doing random designs because even though they're random, we know how to keyword and title properly, that when they are found, there's not other competition because it is random, so that those will have a better chance of selling, if that makes sense. So if we come up with a random design, we will use Merch Informer to come up with keywords so that it can be found. So even though it's a design that is not known, that is not created, and if it's good enough, the chances of us selling are better because there's no one else doing it. So I would say, you know, go after both. Do random and do trending. They can both sell. There's not one or the other. All right. What? Okay.
Do you use the Over app?
No. Over app? The question is, do I use the Over app? I'm not sure what that is. What is that app? I don't use that. The only like softwares we use are, sorry, it's blurry again. Let's get this. The only softwares that we use are Photoshop. Maria uses GIMP. Merch Informer for the keywords. What else do we use? The sometimes the free software Merch Research, created by Chris Green. And that's pretty much all we use. We upload everything manually. I mean, everything is inserted onto a Google Docs sheet, so I need to copy and paste. So when I'm doing the titles and the keywords, I'm not typing them on the spot. and thinking of it there, I am copying and pasting from a previous Google Doc sheet that was filled out by Maria, so that it makes the process a lot easier. I go and see, okay, this design is done, the text is done, okay, upload, upload, upload. That's how we do it, is with the systems and processes I had explained earlier. Any more questions? We are coming up here. We are at 11. So if you have any last minute questions, let me know. I have been talking for an entire hour. My voice is getting kind of scraggly. It kind of hurts, but I will answer any last minute questions. And any suggestions for like future Merch by Amazon update videos that you guys have. Always looking for more ideas and suggestions. I know that you guys want me to get more into the tactics of things, which is cool. I would be happy to do that. So yeah, any last minute questions, I will answer them. I'll wait a couple of minutes. It's been cool hanging out with you guys. Oh, and also let me know where you're watching from. Where are you guys?
We got a lot of people from Vancouver Island.
That's crazy. There's a lot of people from Vancouver doing merch.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Maybe we can do a meetup or a hangout or something. A t-shirt design session where we can all come up with ideas. Maybe we can do that. Sorry, it's blurry. This Logitech thing is blurry. Louisiana.
Iowa.
Cool.
Toronto, baby.
Toronto. Cool.
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oxford, England.
Oh, cool. Someone from England. What time is it there?
The suggestion came in for an update
video
on Merch Informer next time.
An update on Merch Informer. Yep, that is in the works. I will be doing that as well.
Parksville.
Parksville.
From Vancouver Island. So she's like, yes, meet up.
Parksville. Is that in the interior of BC?
It's on the island.
Oh, it's on the island as well. Well, there's a lot of you guys on the island.
Is there a Facebook group you recommend?
There's like the main ones. If you go onto Facebook and you type in Merch by Amazon, and then there's all the Facebook groups. The main one is the one with Chris Green that has like 30-something thousand subscribers, like people in the group. There's that one, and then there's a bunch of other ones too. I would say there's not one over the other that I recommend. Personally, I'm not in those groups too much because there's a lot of drama I find in those groups, a lot of complaining, and people talking about how things don't work. So I find that there's a little too much drama than I'm interested in, because that's not really going to make you successful. So that's why I usually hang out here on YouTube and do these kinds of videos. But I do pop into the group sometimes whenever there's like an announcement. So I would suggest to check out those groups. And if you have any other, if you have any questions about anything, always feel free to comment on any of our videos. Try to get to the comments as fast as I can on the Merch by Amazon videos, and not all our videos. So yeah, if you guys don't know, we put out videos Monday to Thursday, and Mondays is where I talk about like making money online, how we've made money online. And mainly it's been about Merch by Amazon, because that's kind of one of the main ways that we're making money right now. Tuesdays is biz tips and social media tips. So anything to do with how to do stuff on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, like how to change your YouTube link or something like that. That happens on Tuesdays. Wednesdays are about video creation. One of my hobbies is I love filming and editing, and we use a software called Camtasia, and I film a lot with GoPro and our DSLR, and I just talk about video creation tips. So if you guys are wanting to create a YouTube channel, that would be a good one to check out. And Thursdays, Reet mainly does Mind Thrive Thursdays. We feel it's very important to have a positive mindset. If you have a very poor mindset where you're thinking you're not going to succeed, things aren't selling, that's not going to make you successful. So we create these positive videos to help you guys succeed on Thursdays. And it's mainly about, you know, mindset, growing a stronger mindset. So I think if there's any more, is there any more questions, Arit? If there's not any more, okay. I've answered, I think, literally all the questions. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. This was really fun. I'll do more of these live Q&A hangouts. They're very random and raw, so we'll do those. If you liked this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Lets me know that you guys enjoyed it, and, you know, I'll continue to do more of these. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope I was able to provide value for you. And if for some reason I did not get to your question, put it down in the comment section below and I will answer it at a later time. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.